my dear ODDbodies, welcome to the special Halloween episode of ODDbody TV. Today we're gonna learn how to do PiPSQUEAK makeup. I've never done a makeup tutorial before, so it'll be very interesting. I don't think I'm a professional in any sort of capacity, so I hope I know what I'm doing. Anyways, yeah, this is a very casual episode. We're not going to edit this in any way, and by we I mean me. I'm not editing this. I love making videos. I love making ODDbody TV, but there's been a lot going on lately. Aside from just trying to finish recording songs by the end of the year so I can make my first compilation album of all my covers that I've done. Yesterday, my childhood dog passed away. She was a Chihuahua named Chloe, and I'm very heartbroken. So, to be honest, I just don't really have it in me to make a big special episode. So for Halloween, I was gonna make this and do a few shorts, show off my Halloween costumes, sing some Halloween songs, but yeah. All right, so first we start with the eyeballs. You can remember to wash your hands. Always wash your hands. I did mine before starting this. So these contacts can be a little tricky to put in sometimes. They need a little extra washing. Opa! Fica aí. Meu banheiro é pequeno. My bathroom is small. It's not very fancy, but so I thought I would wear this special robe with the leopard print on it, because then I thought that could make it fancy. Ooh, okay. Eyeball time.
10 hours later.
I know I said I wasn't going to really edit this video, and I am not going to still, but it did take me like 5 to 10 minutes to put in my eyeballs, and I didn't think people would want to see that. So pretend that you watch me put them in and that I put them in on the first try. So anyways, if contacts are hard for you to put into, you're not alone. If you have any tips, let me know. If not, hey, we'll just suffer together. All right, so let's move on to the first part that I normally do. I have a primer that I use. Here, it's an e.l.f. primer. And then I also use this for like some red spots or even my piercing scars up here. I was very sad about having to remove my bridge, and the only reason I did was because I had it for 2 years and it wasn't healing right, because the person who did it used a curved barbell, and also they didn't do it deep enough. So it made me sad to have to get rid of it, because I really like it and my face feels naked without it. But I'm going to redo it in January once this finishes healing completely, and it mostly is, but this is just to be safe. So now what I do is I go through, you know, I have a lot of hyperpigmentation because I'm Brazilian. And a human. Even ODDbodies get hyperpigmentation. So that's what I do. Some of you might be watching this and going, that's too much, that's too little. That's very nice, but I don't care. This is how I do it. And then I go with my finger and I do that. If you don't have, I guess, what I have, you can skip this step. I'm a little sniffly because I cried a lot trying to put my eyeballs in. Even toys can cry. Like one of those crying babies. Like baby dolls. I'll put some on my nose here too, just because I made it red. You know, from all the tears. before this as well, as you can see, I have this eyebrow slit. I shave that before I do makeup. If you would like to do an eyebrow slit, feel free. If you don't, then don't. I'm not the police or your mom or your dad. Do whatever version of PiPSQUEAK you want. I think every version of me is canon for the most part. Anyways, now that I've done that, primer time. So I just kind of do that. Rub in my hand. This may be a little too much. And then put it here. Yeah, so I was very upset to find out about my dog yesterday, Chloe. She was a Chihuahua, and I got her when I was 8 years old. An 8-year-old ODDbody. She was a very, very cute dog. A little monster. And I loved her to death. I named her Chloe after Chloe from Beverly Hills Chihuahua because I was obsessed with that movie. And you can just kind of move this down wherever you want. Okay, there we go. So now that this is there, we can move on. You can use a sponge. I need to make mine a little wet. There we go. But yeah, I meant to record this sooner, but then when I found out about Chloe, I was so sad. It felt weird to work, I think. It didn't feel right. Good. Yeah, so it's been hard. She passed peacefully. She passed in her sleep. So now I use a L'Oreal, whatever that is. L'Oreal Paris True Match. I used the light one because I didn't get any of my mom's melanin. So I just kind of go like that. Some people may say don't do that. Who cares? Yeah. But yeah, she apparently, and I just kind of go like this. She apparently had a stroke a few days ago. And lost the use of her back legs. So she couldn't walk for a few days. At least not on her own. And then, you know, she stopped eating as well. And then eventually she just passed on in her sleep. And I still can't believe it. She's not in the lab with me. She's back in my childhood home. And so it's kind of that thing of you don't believe it until you see it. And I have the feeling unless I go down there and see her, I'm not gonna believe it until I get there, and then it'll really hit. And it's tough. It's tough losing a friend, which is funny because ay, grad. I love makeup. I love putting it on. Well, I have to do laundry anyways. Boo. I think that's the only spot I dropped it. So sad. Anyways, yeah, we'll just kind of do that. Yeah, so with this, you just put it around your face. Don't put it on your eyes. We have a different one that we're gonna put on our eyes. But yeah, I have some friends of mine, you know. One is Bolivian, the other is Mexican. We were talking about making ofrendas, and because we just got Bonnie, you know, our cat friend, in the laboratory, a new alien cat. Some of the previous cats that I've had that have now passed, they tend to get jealous. So I wanted to make an ofrenda for all of them, for all of my cat friends. So they know that they are still loved and I am still thinking of them. And I didn't think I would have to add Chloe on there right away. So it's a bit surprising. I noticed it's a little bit of a different tone than I usually do. I know it's a little sad, but it's just how I feel right now. All right, so now what I do, you gotta be careful because this comes out really fast. It's the same L'Oreal, it's a true match thing. You just get the color that matches the one that's on here. So I just kind of go under like that, and then right, I try to make it even, and then you're gonna take, if you have a sponge like this, you take this part. But yeah, it's how I feel, and I'm not the kind of person I used to be, but I used to, be the kind of person where I'm like, I'm gonna show up happy no matter what. That's tough, especially in today's world. I think I can still find joy and be happy even though I'm also sad. I mean, there is lots to be happy about right now. We just hit 30,000 subscribers. That's 30,000 odd bodies on this channel. And that's, a wonderful thing. I'm very happy about that. That's 30,000, odd bodies. People who subscribe because they like my music, or me, maybe. But I hope you also like the music because I work very hard on that. And, and I'm going to start, or I should start, recording the last cover of the year before I start working on the compilation album that I would like to release in January, because I have some songs that I may re-record, some surprises, we'll see. But yeah, busy time. Yeah, so there's lots to be happy about with the band. Once I release the compilation album in January and the next cover in November, hopefully, I am going to start recording my original music. I finished 3 songs so far. I'm working on a 4th right now, and I got, a lot to write about. So it's a lot of great things, and once I have those original songs, by next year I should be able to do some in-person shows. So, very happy. Lots to be happy about, right? But, that doesn't stop you from feeling sad, especially about something like this. So, alright, so the next step, I don't usually do a powder, but I'm gonna do a powder today. I don't really do contour. I've tried it before, and I can do it, and I've tried it with other looks. I just don't like doing it. So all I do really is I take a brush. This may not be the right brush, but it's the brush I have. And I just kind of take the regular one, right? So we start with the regular one. I use this and the highlighter, but I don't really use the contour. So I just kind of go through right, and just kind of make it so that way it looks a little more, I guess, blended, or just less like wet paint on my face. It's kind of makes it look a little softer, I guess. Okay. That's not bad. Then I have the highlighter here, the white one. And you can kind of use that on what's called the T-zone, right? And then your cheekbones and things like that. And also your eyes if you want. Fucking we ball, right? If you're learning how to do makeup, if you're watching my video because you want to learn how to do makeup, I'm not a professional, but what I will say is just learn to do, learn to just explore, learn to be like curious. Use stuff wrong, you know what I mean? Don't be afraid to use things wrong. That's ODDbody style. Using things wrong is ODDbody style. I'm emphasizing my big ass forehead. I have a 5 head and I'm proud of it. Instead of going to the gym, I go to the library. And then I also put some on my chin here. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. Alright. Next step. Eyebrows. Gonna put that to the side. Let's do our eyebrows. Yeah, so to do an eyebrow slit, I use one of these. You should be careful to not like hurt yourself, but I just kind of go. It can be a little tough. There may be all kinds of other people that have better methods. Again, I'm not one of them. So use one of these at your own risk. I even put my little P on it so I can remember which one I had opened. All right. Where is my eyebrow? Here we go. Okay, I use a NYX something. Everything I use is drugstore makeup. It's all very cheap makeup. So anything you use is fine. But yeah, it's like a double-sided thing, so you can use it to brush out your hair, right, and blend it. And then this is the part I use. So my eyebrows are already pretty thick, right? I just kind of use it more on the front a little bit and then to shape up here. So what I do is I just kind of go like that, really. Yeah. I kind of go like that, and then yeah, so nothing crazy. And then sometimes if I want to make this a little more up front, like a little darker, I'll take mascara and I will do that. But yeah, so blend it a little bit. And then, yeah, there we go. So I don't use a lot. You use however you want, how much you want. Yeah. So that's how I do it. But you do you. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, my eyebrows are like the ankle biters in that they are sisters, not twins. Siblings, but not related, or twins. I was gonna say not related, but that's not how that works. Yeah, so this one I do a little more on because there's a little less hair, and I also try to make this cut a little more defined. I don't think that looks too bad. Looks pretty nice. Opa. Okay, I'll take that. Sure. All right, so I do that. Now it's time for the eyes. So what I start with first is I take Aki. No. Smoky, here we go. It's called, yeah, it's a Maybelline New York Tattoo Studio Smoky Eye. It's, as you can see, I use it a lot. But it has this kind of thing on it, and it has this kind of tip, right? So what we start with first is we are going to outline our big doll eyes, and then we'll fill them in. So this, I got these eyes were inspired by like gyaru makeup, like the Japanese gyaru makeup, because they overdraw the eyes a bit. Also inspired by like cosplay and things like that. So first what you want to do is, we'll start with this eye. You just kind of make a horizontal line, right? So this is where your wing is going to go for your eyeliner, and this is where you're gonna kind of draw the eye. And then what I do is I kind of just take the eyelid and then kind of attach it here. So we want to kind of give it like a pulled down kind of look, you know what I mean? So what you can do as well is you can start from the corner. And this is very light. You're not going to go very heavy, just very light, because all we're doing is outlining. Right? So you start with the corner and then you go out slowly. Right? Difícil pra ver. It's a little hard to see. All right. So that's about what you want to go for, right? So you make a horizontal line here, and then you draw the eye. Because then later you're gonna go back and you're gonna take your eyeliner and you're gonna follow that line. So we're gonna do that now, actually. So this is the eyeliner I use. It's another NYX one, more drugstore makeup. Epic Ink Liner. Yeah, that's what it's called. Right. And I just freehand it. You can use tape, you can do whatever. Liquid eyeliner smells fear, that's my only advice. So you start with that, right? And then you start drawing it out. Something like that. So you do something like that. All right. No, and I love thick eyeliner. I love like Amy Winehouse eyeliner. I don't necessarily do it for PiPSQUEAK always. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So you want that, and you want to make sure you do very small amount. I know it's not the most even in the world, but that's the kind of day we're having, so. Okay, that's better. And then now what we're gonna do is a little on the inside. That was a little too much. But that's okay. We mess it up, we dress it up. So if you make a mistake, A-okay. I'm not a professional, and chances are likely you're not either. So don't hold yourself to the standards of a professional. You see a mistake, just take a Q-tip with a bit of water, right? And then kind of, and it's gone. Right? So, yeah. What I do then is I kind of do like a little bit of corner liner. There we go. I'm not used to doing my makeup like this. I usually have the mirror behind me. So this is all very new for me. It's very interesting. So I know it doesn't look like much now, and you can kind of decide how you want the eye. As you can see, I brought mine a little more down instead of a little more out. The shape always changes a little bit, that's okay. The good thing about it is you can use the black and the white to shape it. So now I have a bit of the same PiPSQUEAK eyeliner stick. It's more NYX makeup, and I just kind of take that. Right, you can see. Hopefully you can see. And then you want to just kind of put a little bit on that lower lid. You don't want to put too much. Yeah, it's my first time doing makeup without, one, I can't see what I'm doing, so I'm using my camera screen, but also I have to get up every now and then just to check what I'm doing because I really cannot tell. It doesn't look bad. You know, I heard a trick as well, that I was told, like, if you get very worried about how your makeup looks, then do it blind because that's what people are going to see. And I think that's a very funny trick. So you do that. Next, if you want, you can do mascara. I don't always do mascara, funny enough. Sometimes I just go straight to my eyelashes. But for this one, we'll do a bit of mascara. Why not? I don't know what, oh, here it is. This is Clinique mascara. I actually got this from someone. Like, I didn't buy this. I don't know where they got it though. Like, I won it in a trivia game at a bookstore. So I wouldn't say, like, I don't know if this is expensive or not. Alright, so then what I do is I've seen some people as well, and I just do the top, and you'll see why. I'll sometimes do the bottoms, but mostly just the top. So I've seen some people say as well, based on how I'm doing it, that you should do your eyelashes first and then the mascara, but live your life as you want. So we'll let that dry really quick. Yes. All right. Now, these are Sweetie Fake eyelashes. So I'm going to show you now what I do. To do my top lashes, that's what, I just grab one of these, right? The bottom lashes, those were made from another pair of eyelashes that I just cut up. I didn't buy them anywhere, so yeah. Again, like, take your old stuff and reuse it. Reusing stuff is so important. It's good for the environment and it's fun, so try that. I do notice, I think I did my eye a little differently than normal, but I think it's really cute, so whatever. Because it's not as like slouchy on the side, it's more slouchy down, but big deal. So let's start with the bottom lashes. As you can see, like, they're very small, right? They're very itty bitty. I have a bit of a seamless glue and seal duo. So it has like a seal and a glue. I've never used the seal. I don't know how to, and I don't care to. So what I do is I just kind of take the glue, right? I just kind of go like this. I put it on. All right, and then I put it on until I see that little like layer of blue. I maybe blow on it, I wait a little bit so it gets a little sticky, and then I go for the very corner of this of my eye here. And if you need to move it like I just did, do it while it's wet. So yeah, I did do my eye makeup a little differently, I think, but that's okay. Yeah, so I put it right there on that black line. So we do that, and then we have our second one. That one's pretty easy. That one kind of goes right here down the middle. So again, you can draw the angle of your eyes however you want. I kind of did a little bit of a down today instead of the normal like swoop like I normally do. But that's okay. I bet I'll watch this in a few years and be like, what am I doing? What are you doing actually, PiPSQUEAK? And that's how it goes. And so experiment with the placement too. See how you like things and move them around. Don't be afraid to do that. Like, you can see me moving things around right now to see how I like them. So I'm moving them a little bit to the corner a bit to kind of give it more of the droopy look instead of like the down look, but I'm loving it. All right, and so we have a last one that's very, very small, as you can see. And this is the trickiest one for me to place. Ah! That's my wrong thing. Yeah, my counter is very small. It's also very messy, so I'm dropping a lot of things. Okay. There we go, yeah. It's hard to see because I have the shadow, but yeah. I like that, okay, not bad. All right, now last but not least, the thing that pulls the whole thing together is the top lashes. They're very complicated. And so what I do, and this is why I'm a big proponent of fucking around is because I will put these on backwards and I will have the longest on the inside instead of on the outside. And this is because I don't follow the rules. This is also because I did it one time as an accident, but I really liked how it looked. So we're just gonna keep doing it. Alright, so I get my glue on. And now a lot of people have opinions about how I'm doing my eyelashes, and I know. I don't know why I do them like this either. There we go, yeah. That's about it, more or less. I don't typically do any eyeshadow with my normal PiPSQUEAK makeup. Yeah, that's PiPSQUEAK. My big doll lashes. So you repeat the same thing with the second eye, and I'm not gonna make you watch all that. So we'll be right back. And we're back! Isn't it amazing how I can do makeup in less than 10 seconds? You should believe everything you see on the internet. Anyways, so now that that's done, I'm going to clean up here. It's important to clean up while you do makeup because you're not gonna wanna do it later. This is a message from me. Alright, so now what I do, now we have lipstick. We have lipstick and we have our stitches. Those are not hard to do. Let's start with, my nose tends to run when I do makeup. It's because of the powder. So sorry for the sniffling. But also not sorry. Anyways, let's see. So I have a black lip liner. Is this lip pencil? Yes. So again, it's NYX Line Loud. It's all drugstore makeup. So we are going to do our black lip. And then this is just what I do. Oh my god, I forgot. It's broken. That's right, I forgot. It broke at some point. That's so crazy. We might not actually get to do lip liner because it's fucking broken. Well, pretend we're doing it. Let me see if I can do it. Well, we got a little bit. Yeah. So lip liner, for a black lip, it's not necessary, but I do it because then it makes it easier to make sure that the edges are cleaner. So, as you can see, I got these two in here, right? So it can be a little tricky to do it. So what I do is, you can see they can be pulled out a little bit, and I try to go, but do it all very gently. If you have lip rings instead of like studs or spikes or whatever, good luck. May the odds be ever in your favor, because I've never tried to do lipstick with rings on. There are people that know how to do it. Go find them. Ah, yep, it broke. Truly tragic. Yeah, so that's not, as you can see, it's not the cleanest in the world, but it will get the job done. So now we have Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink. I don't know if it focused or not, but I said the name. So yeah, so I really like this one because it's very, you really only need one coat. It's nice, it goes on well, stays on a long time. You have to, like, you know, I don't know, either put on a lot or kiss really hard to get it off, and even then. Mm-hmm. There we go. Pretty good, right? Yeah, so I just put it on. A lot of people have different ways they like to do it. Maybe if you really want, what you could do, not me spilling a little bit again. But it's okay because it fell somewhere I can't see, which means it's a problem for later. You could put like a tiny bit extra on your bow, like that, if you really want. But yeah, anyhow, all right. Now comes the final step, which are the stitches. Yay! This is my favorite part. I love this part. This is where it really starts to become PiPSQUEAK. Okay, so you're gonna take your eyeliner. You can use the same one as before. You can use an old one, right? So let's start with the big one. Oh, not the right liner. That is my lip liner. Okay, here we go. So what I do is I just go to the center, right here, and begin to drag down, and go like that. It took a lot of practice for me to be able to do it in one, but if you want to start here and then stop and then try again, that's what you want to do, and then go for it, and then Yeah, and don't worry about making them straight or symmetrical or all the same size either. It's more fun when they don't look like they fit. And then once you get to like the nose, you wanna just kind of start going down. There we go. All right, last but not least, the smile. So see, this is the direction I smile in. Yeah, I figured that would happen. My cheeks are so big. And it's not even either, which is wonderful and lovely. That's all right. So again, you make a mistake, you mess it up, you dress it up. So you take a Q-tip with some water. Kind of thin it out. Yeah, I'm not concerned. One side is higher than the other. Boo. It's all good. It looks fine to me. All right. So then, oops, my Q-tip is falling. Yeah, so then you just kind of wing it. You can kind of do like big, small, big, small, big, small. You can kind of do it however you want. But what I do is I make sure that there's one here and one here. And I make sure to smile while I do it too. So I can see how everything fits. All right, let's clean that up a little bit, and then I think that's good. Yeah, don't be afraid of mistakes. I know you might be looking at this and going, oh no, but it's all smudged. Who cares? I even got some on my jaw, but it's fine. Because that's how makeup works. You can always grab a clean one too. So what do you do if this happens, right? Well, there's a pretty easy trick to it. So you can kind of just take a little bit of concealer, right? Put a little bit back on. And you're gonna just gently go over the spot. And it's like nothing happened, right? It's all good. And then you try again. So we'll take the eyeliner, right? That's better. So I did some big ones, right? Big on one side and small on the other. You can do whatever you want. Let's make them bigger to match. And again, we did a little mess up, but that's okay. only the end when you say it is, my friend. And I never give up and I never quit. There we go. Yeah, and that's it. And this is PiPSQUEAK ODDbody, and I dropped my makeup again. And now I look very, very PiPSQUEAK. Yay! Thanks so much for watching, everybody. If you decide to recreate the PiPSQUEAK look, please show it to me. I want to see how you look. I want to see a million little PiPSQUEAKs everywhere. That'd be really fun. Do you think the world can handle a bunch of PiPSQUEAKs? Comment down below. Alright. So, like usual, like, subscribe, click that bell. You can always support me by listening to my music, by sharing my music with other people, by sharing the channel, and if you can donate, that'd be really helpful. And if not, word of mouth is what the ODDbodies are all about. If you can as well, I am trying to get more view hours on the channel so we can get a little bit closer to reaching, I guess, like the YouTube creator status or something. So if you can, that's why I stream. I stream every Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. EST. If you can watch those streams, just leave them on the background or stream my music a lot. That'd be really helpful because then that will give me more hours, and that will give me more ways to create and more ways to support myself so I can make more music. Yay! Alright, thanks so much for watching, everybody. ODDbody!